That's right. We're live from the Jump Television Studio bar in sunny San Diego, California. Biz Brew on the air, U2 America live television right now. 50 million television homes. If you're a U2 America viewer sitting on your butt on the couch right now, you can send us a tweet at Biz Brew. You can download the U2 America app on your phone, and also we're going to have some Instagram stuff come up. Zach, our PA, is going to be putting some pictures up there for you. NASDAQ, Dow Jones, and S&P all taking a pause today. We're going to spend some time on that again tomorrow. Rusty Nail's out of the studio this week. Oh, my goodness, we're so happy about that. No more falterol. Thanks to John Fraser and Angela Giampolo, but I've wanted to talk to this guy all day. In fact, our producer, Bobby, told me we're going to have this guy on the air, and I started looking at his website. Go to the airhook.com, and for our TV audience, you can see that right there, the airhook.com. The Airhook is a patent-pending two-part system, a stable drink holder, and a secure hook. And the inventor of that, the proprietor of that, the CEO, is with us. His name is Craig Rabin. Craig, thank you so much for swinging by today.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for having me.
So listen, first of all, so let's paint a picture here for our viewers, because we're seeing your website here. But if you had to describe this to me, and I was on an elevator and I couldn't see it, kind of describe it for me.
We want you to be able to utilize your tray table in its vertical and locked position, but have all the same conveniences that you're used to in its horizontal position. Today, it's twofold. It's holding your beverage, and it's watching your electronics device.
Okay. So the long story short is that while your tray is in its upright position, you have a thing called the Airhook that can do that. Now here's the question, and if you take a picture of it, it's pretty cool, because you can put your iPhone up there, your tablet up there, you can put your and we're showing a video right here. You can also put your cup up there. Now the big question though that we have to ask ourselves is it legal? Is the FAA going to hassle you? Are the flight attendants going to hassle us?
Yeah, that's a great question, and that's been among the biggest concerns that we've heard from consumers throughout our Kickstarter campaign. We are happy to report that not only do flight attendants absolutely love it. In fact, I usually stop the drink cart for about 3, 4, 5 minutes every time I'm on a plane, based on the crowd that comes up after they see me put that beverage in. But when it comes to both the TSA and the FAA, we really went through everything that we needed to ensure from a TSA standpoint it wasn't a product that could be used as a weapon, it can't be taken apart, there's no metal parts, so on and so forth. And then for the FAA, it became more of, do we have the right liability insurance? So actually for creating an airline product, we have to have aviation insurance on it. So we went through all of the steps needed to make sure that the FAA would be okay with it. But unlike other products, and sorry for the long-winded answer, it's really not about inconveniencing the people around you. And that's why the FAA has really shut down some of these other products that are trying to maximize your seat space and experience.
So first, give me some background. We're talking to Craig Rabin. He is the inventor of the Airhook, which you're watching right there on television. You can see it. You did a great job on your website there with the demonstration video. Okay, how did you start this thing? You must have an entrepreneurial background to do this, right?
I sure do. So this is my 11th company, the invention house that I've started that owns the Airhook. So I started my first at 16. So for all the entrepreneurs out there, it definitely does not happen at once. So you got to really learn from your failures to make them your successes. So yes, I have a long experience of being an entrepreneur, and my dream has always to be an inventor. First question there. How did it come to fruition? Quite simply, I was taking my first day trip from Seattle down to San Francisco to meet a client for lunch at the previous career I worked at. Okay. And I wore a sport coat, right? Nothing wrong with that. Right. I get on the plane, figure I have a few options. I asked them if they have space to hang it up. They didn't. I could put it up top, and then it would be horribly smashed by the time I'm landing in the overhead. Right. Or I can wear it and probably be dripping sweat by the time that plane touches down. Okay. So I strapped it kind of over my legs, as most people do, and I'm just sitting there for 2 hours from Seattle, again, to San Francisco, staring at this dang tray table, thinking, I've got to be able to 3D print a solution. I had gotten a 3D printer 3 months earlier. Got to be able to come up with a solution to hang my coat.
And right? so this all started out as a coat hanger.
I was a coat hanger, so I went home, 3D printed a bunch of trials, and on my next trip, brought them all with me, and I'm going through the various ones, and I got one. We linked it on, or I linked it onto the tray table. It's hanging my coat. Stewardess comes by, asks me what kind of beverage I would like. I grab a coffee with an early flight, and of course I'm sitting there now looking, dang, I have to put that tray table back down because I just got a drink. And it started evolving based on really what the needs are in today's kind of travel world.
Okay, so a couple of things here. You got 48 million travelers flying domestically every year. You capture 0.001% of that thing. What's your price point on that thing?
Yeah, so right now it retails at $24.95. We do have it on sale for a limited time for $22, and we've got some really great volume discounts up there as well. That price will then fluctuate. The reason we're doing the sale right now is because the colors have not been determined yet. So we use Kickstarter not only as our crowdfunding platform, but really as our marketing approach. So getting feedback directly from consumers on what they would like to see in the Airhook, and of course, what colors they'd like.
So and let's talk about Kickstarter. What was that experience like for you?
Ooh, it was a fantastic one. So a lot of people mistake Kickstarter and think of it solely as a crowdfunding platform.
No, really, you're pre-selling your product and marketing your product, right?
And that's the way that it has to be looked at. So we had actually gone through a friends and family round prior to even getting on Kickstarter. So we had a website, we had people already signing up, we had a PR company, so on and so forth. So we had already put some money into the Airhook to really make the Kickstarter campaign do much better than we had expected.
So you launched Kickstarter just in July or June of this year, 2015. You hit your goal. What was your original goal? Because you raised about $72,000. What was your original goal?
15,000.
What?
So we hit
okay, wait a second.
15,000 in 73 hours, and the train just continued from there.
So you're going to raise $15,000. That was it?
That was it.
Okay, so here's my question. With an investment banking background and helping almost 70 companies go public and raising money for startups my entire life, if you came to me as an investor and said you needed $15,000 just because you asked for only $15,000, I would have laughed you out of the room. Why, why $15,000? What was that going to do for you?
Yeah, great question. And to be honest with you, we needed more than $15,000 to get this.
You had to have, right? But your legal fees are going to be more than $15,000.
Absolutely. So the reason that we used Kickstarter was solely to support and fund the tool itself, right? And that tooling cost is the biggest cost when it comes to production. So the first Airhook is going to be $15,000, where the second one is going to be a few dollars.
All right, here's the most important part. First of all, I want to have you back on the air with us. If you ever come to San Diego, we'd love to have you come in studio with us. But how do people get their hands on this? Are you guys manufacturing? Are you still kind of pre-phased to where you order them and then we get them later? Where are you at in that process?
Yep, so our biggest goal right now is to make sure that you get an Airhook in your hands by the busiest travel time of the year, the holidays. Plus, it makes for a perfect gift for the traveler in your life. So we're accepting pre-orders right now. You basically get added to a very similar queue like we have for all of our Kickstarter orders. And then once we get product in November, we ship all of them out the first week in December, and everyone's got them just in time.
I just got an email from Fred Mills out of New York City watching us right now on television live, Craig, and he's asking us, are you sure that I'm not going to be slapped down by the flight attendant? So you have to answer that question for us, Craig.
Oh, absolutely. Again, if anything, you're going to be given a high five and a handshake when you see a product like this and you bring it onto a plane. I mean, they really have loved it because it's not about the airlines having to re-outfit all of their planes and all of their rows. I mean, that would be a billion-dollar effort. So they love simple solutions that the consumers can bring on board that just make the experience a little bit better for everyone.
Craig, fantastic having you on there with us. Craig Rabin, I should say. Go to theairhook.com. You can see all that stuff there. Fantastic entrepreneurial story. Very cool. Enjoy additional legroom by keeping your tray table in its locked position. Still have your drink up there. Still have your iPad or your iPhone or your tablet up there. Good stuff, Craig. Christiana is our director. Jorge Sanchez, our assistant director. Zach Weeklam, our production assistant. Bobby Wu, our producer. You can follow us on Twitter at Biz Brew. You can follow us on Facebook at Biz Brew. You can send us an email at bigbizradio@yahoo.com. Till tomorrow, Biz Brew on U2 America, u2america.com.